Well, we're a small group today, but I think we'll have a very productive session. So thank you for coming, and I hope some of the others will join us. First of all, are there any questions about what we did uh, last Sunday or at the practice class?
What did you do at the practice class?
We did Russian dancer, um, 1 and 2 and 5 and 6. And we didn't
And
have time to do 3 and 4.
so when you did the pathways, were you in supine, standing, sideline?
We were supine for Russian
Okay.
dancer.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So Deb is going to lead us today in a number of lesson exercises. And the first one is called Snow Angel. And the goals of Snow Angel are to lengthen the spine, expand the rib basket, loosen the shoulders, and do some self-massage.
Cool.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, Alpha, when you get on the floor, we can't see you. You go into blur. Is there any way you can switch when you're lying down?
Sure, yeah.
And I have a question, Deb. Do you want us like with our head or feet towards the camera, or do you want the side view?
Side view. So I'll explain a few things. I don't know if anyone read the description. There are no pathways explained in the description on purpose to see about combinations or see if you can connect to a pathway as you move. If you can't quite get in a certain position, you know that there's a pathway to adjust to. You always stay in your comfort range. I give a direction, but if it's not comfortable for your arms or your mid back, you just adjust to that. And the last thing is we're going to be working in the rib gate. And part of this, just to identify, I'm sure you all know where it is. Here's my friend. Your fingers are going to be in here and part of the move. Okay. So to set up on the floor, I recommend a rolled up towel or a yoga mat. The yoga mat, if you're tight, you can unroll it a little bit. And also some supports for the head. So you can spot onto Kimi. She's got the setup. So when you lie face up, you're going to place the towel or the roll along the spine to support the lower back up to the neck. Everyone's almost set here.
Deb, do we
Yeah.
need space over our head?
A little pillow. Is that what you asked?
For my arms.
Oh yes,
over
you need to be able to bring your arms out to open on the
Okay.
sides. If you can, if not, I guess we can do it with bent elbows if you don't have enough room. You have a narrow space.
Not much.
Yes, I'm not in my house. So
We can adapt it. Okay. So you're going to lie on your back. You place the yoga mat or the towel along your entire spine. This allows the shoulder blades, the scapulas, to move a little more freely. You have a support under your head, and your knees are bent with your feet with your knees shoulder width apart. And you place your hands on your ribs. Elbows touch the floor. Claire, I can't, you're on mute.
Where is the rolled towel? Where do we place it?
Underneath the entire spine.
All right. Yeah.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Scoot it up a little bit more. Yeah. And then place the pillow under your head. Does that feel okay?
Yes. I think this
Okay.
is too long, but okay.
Is it too big?
I think, yeah.
Well, can you unroll it a little bit? You don't want to be uncomfortable. Just
that-
unroll it a little bit.
that's
Oh,
too
it's a hard roll.
long. Okay. I do something else.
Yes. We're almost there, guys.
Sorry.
Actually, the position you're in, if you did nothing, is a great position. Those are you are all set up. If you did nothing and you just hung out in that position, it opens up the chest. There you go, Claire. Is that better?
Mhm.
Okay, so now have your hands rest on your, whoops, almost. Yeah. All set? Okay. So just have your hands rest on your ribs and let your knees drift side to side, small, left to right. And the knees don't work together. One knee comes down, the other one follows, and you go slow. One knee comes up, the other one follows. Start to feel the movement of your ribs. Then you can make that movement a little bit larger so that you roll off the yoga mat. And again, you go to what your comfort range is. Breathe in, breathe out. The head can stay in the middle. Oh, we forgot to do a test move in standing, but too late now. And be aware when your knees go to the side to not arch your back. Okay, the knees come back into the center. And it's going to be the same move, but it's going to originate from the elbow. So you press your right elbow into the floor, feel the ribs shift, and then the legs move to the left. And then the left elbow presses into the floor. And the legs move to the right. You do that a couple times. So can you feel that the upper thoracics get a little bit more involved when you press into an elbow? And it's just a small press. It's not a big. So now also, this is where the fingers touch the rib gate. And when your legs are moving to the right, your right hand draws the rib gate over. And then when your legs go to the left, alternate sides. Does that feel okay to do?
It feels better if I use my whole arm to hold the rib gate and not just my fingers.
Kind of let the arm slide a little bit.
Mhm.
The fingers can slide. Yeah. And like I said, I'm giving you the recipe. If you need to adjust something or explore, you're more than welcome to do that.
A little bit more sugar, please.
So does it feel like the range is changing at all? Knees back in the center. And again, this is a great resting position if you didn't have the energy to do all the moving. If you just opened up the chest this way is a great thing. So now we're going to get the shoulders involved. Here comes the snow angel. So you start with the same starting position that you're in. The arms rest on the floor, palms facing the floor, fingers pointing down towards 6 o'clock. You keep the shoulder blades down and you glide the hands smoothly along the floor upward to 3 and 9 o'clock. If you can't do that, also, you could bend your elbows to get your arms to come up. Alpha, look at me for a second. If you came down, that's it. Came, oops, with a bent elbow instead of a straight arm. So you're going to go up to 3 and 9 o'clock and then back down. So for those of you that can keep your hands on the floor, try that and keep that. You're going to go up again to 3 and 9 o'clock. And then back down. On the next movement, the hands will go up to 3 and 9 o'clock. The palms flip upward towards the ceiling. And then you continue up towards 12 o'clock over your head. Fingers pointing upward. And if your arms don't stay on the floor, that's okay. Just go to what's comfortable. And then come back down to 3 and 9, flip the palms down, and then go back down to 6 o'clock. And be aware, which pathway are you in when your arms go above your head?
One.
And then try path 2. December's in path 2, so it's different for everyone. Alpha, are you able to bring both hands up over your head? Yeah, up to 12. And then bring them back down. Yeah. Okay, and now back to the starting position with your hands down at 6 o'clock. And I'm going to start with the right arm is going to reach up to 12 o'clock, and the left arm is going to reach down at 6. So they're reaching in opposite directions. So, okay. And then you extend your arms in opposite directions, and whichever hand is up, you're going to press into the opposite foot. So Claire, your right hand is up, you press into your left foot. Yeah. And then ease back. Repeat that a couple times. And then press into the, so if your right arm is up, you press into your right foot. See which one feels better, or you have better or different range. And which pathway would that be? Six. Same side. Switch arms. Whichever arm was up, then you can put the other arm up. What connections do you notice? Yeah, there you go, Claire. So it's a whole body move from the foot, hips, ribs, shoulders. And then go back to the resting position. Where you're just going back to the center, the first position where knees are bent, shoulder width apart. And let the knees, you're going to do the first move where the knees are just drifting from side to side. And note if that feels any different. There's more range. Again, one knee goes down, the other one follows. One knee comes up, the other one follows. Is your breathing any different? Okay, so now back in the center, you're going to take your right hand, you're going to roll to the left and reach behind you and pull the roll or the yoga mat away. You're going to roll to the side, reach behind you, and take away the yoga mat. And then lie face up and do a body scan. What do you notice? Is there a difference? So I know you look probably pretty comfortable, but we're going to come up to standing and see how things feel in standing. We could do our test moves. I know we didn't do them to start. Where you just turn your head side to side, chin. And then ear to shoulder. And the rotation with the palm down. And then rotate back. You can do that with palm up, palm down. Your eyes leading the move. And then the other hand. Any questions or comments? I know there's a lot of instruction.
My my upper chest feels very broad.
How about your ribs?
The upper ribs also feel more open than usual. The lower ones feel about the same.
I think you were connecting to your ribs differently, Claire. Or you could notice them a little differently.
Not really, no. I felt like I was working actually, doing this.
It should be very slow and smooth. It shouldn't be working.
I mean, I felt my abdominals kicking in a lot, but I probably have to do this again and slowly, especially when the legs come back from the side. Then, yeah,
And if you kept them to the side and just let that piece lengthen, that's a nice piece to do as well. Could you tell a difference with the roll underneath you?
the difference with what?
Was it, maybe you could try it without the roll and see if it's easier with the roll.
Yeah.
How about you, December?
My lower ribs feel like, and I did do a little hooking, and I also felt like Kimmy to like incorporate my scapula with that kind of helped a little bit. I definitely felt I could go to the floor with my knees, you know, in the bending, but it felt much looser at the end. Like I felt that there was more movement traveling up my spine, and I had to really work not to turn my head because I wanted to get that stretch.
Well, you can, I just gave you the formula, the recipe, and you can certainly play
Right.
with it.
But it felt good.
And what did it feel like when you take the roll away?
It was it felt, so the roll, it's not that it was awkward, but you feel it, like you're splayed. And when I took the roll out, it just felt really natural. I don't know how to explain it other than that. I mean, like it's not that, it's interesting. I don't know that it did feel different, but it just felt very natural and organic to do that roll.
People sometimes say they feel like they're more connected to the floor. They're just looser.
Yeah, looser. I definitely feel looser for sure.
Yeah. And I felt more contact to the floor, to everything, shoulder blades, posterior ribs.
How about you, Alpha? You couldn't really do the full thing, but could you notice anything?
No, yeah, it was really interesting. First, I will say we can call it, yes, the angular winds, or also cleaning the floor.
Did you ever do that as a kid to make a snow angel in the snow?
I felt something really interesting. First, at the beginning, the position of the hands really in the core of the core. And I felt the beginning of my anxiety there. So if I will practice this, I will stay a little bit more there, like paying attention of that to really go to the exercise and self-knowledge also.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is a really point of the well, anxiety or, the of each one. And also, I know, give me like my insights, and I will take away a few. I will say something. This thing of the shoulders give me a real strange happiness. It feels like something was stick on me. I would say the shoulders. Yeah, you get, and that happiness that a flower can feel when leaves a seed and away from the floor. It's getting away, but the flower is happy of that. Is so I felt that happiness of my shoulder getting away from me, not stick on me. Like that's the real life. The shoulder has to be.
And it promotes the breathing too.
So it was really nice. Short, I would say. This is a short practice, but I felt that.
Sometimes, Alpha, when you're in that position, if you're in there long enough, you get this big opening through your sternum, which is amazing.
Also for the mind, because
you're open. We're not.
Yeah, my mind was open. I got that inside of feeling. Yes, was great.
Even if you didn't do the moving around, just to be on the roll and lie there and let everything open up. If you were tired at the end of the day, I mean, it's a good thing to do.
The roll is a great thing. I did that once with some sticks on my column a few years ago, and I found a really kinetic tool. Also nice to experiment that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Deb.
Thank you, Deb. Yes.
Something to play with at home. And also, one last thing, you know the pathways well enough. If you're in a certain position, to change or connect the different pathway.
So I have a question for clarification. So if I'm laying on my back and I've got the one arm up and one arm down, and I make the right leg, the active leg, to push.
Mm-hmm.
So that I'm in pathway 4 then, right? Forward.
Can be a combination too, can it, Kimmy?
Yeah. Do you feel any, if you have your arms up?
Both are just because
No,
we did
one
it
up
with
and one down, and one's
okay.
And they're reaching apart from each other, right?
Right. And then I put the weight on the opposite leg of the up arm, so it would be my left leg.
Yeah.
To make that. So this is path 3 because I'm turning this way because the leg with the weight and a little bit of path 1.
Okay. Now leave your hands in the separated position and move your knee down. Same left knee down.
Same. Okay.
Doesn't matter. Move your left knee down. Now what path do you think you're on?
I think I'm on path. I think it's path 4 because there's the buttock is lifting a little. Wait, down. Well, I don't know. Is it 1? My pubic bone is moving down, so it's 1. But I'm getting a little bit of lift. So
Leave that
Isn't
left
that
hand down on the floor and move it towards your feet.
move my,
Left hand towards your
okay.
feet
So
as your
that
left knee is
is,
going down.
so that is 5 on my left. Is that right? So
Which
if I
side
move
is
my
getting
knee down,
longer?
the right side. So it's 5 on my left. So this hip bone is slid a little laterally to the right. And if I move my knee down, okay. And so if I do it on this side,
Yeah,
if I move my knee down, it feels like this is 6,
that's right.
but that's not, it is right? Okay.
Yeah, because your right knee is
Right.
your active knee, right? Correct?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And your
Correct.
right side is lengthening. So you're lengthening the same side as your active knee.
But what's interesting is my hip, my pelvis, like normally when you think of 6, you think of sliding your pelvis towards that side to lengthen. But when I do, I guess there is a little slide that way. Okay, that's clear. So it's not 3 and 4, it's 1 and 5 and 6. Mind blown. Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, just to know that there's variations. I mean, you can
Right.
You
do it
could
in the
probably
floor.
figure out how
For
to do
me,
3 and 4.
For me, I have to have at least whatever path I'm on, it has to be clear for me before I can start playing with it and doing other things. So thank you for that clarification. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Pretty soon it'll be automatic. Yeah. Okay. So the schedule says the next thing we're going to do is talk about anatomy. So I'm going to share my screen.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Because I thought I saw in my mail the schedule, and then I couldn't find it anymore. I looked and looked now
Looked for what?
for the schedule for today. Usually you sent
I
earlier.
sent it. Yeah, I sent
and
it.
I cannot find it anymore. I couldn't today find it.
Okay.
I receive it again.
I'll try to send it to you again right now.
All right.
Well, okay. Vivian says that she's traveling back to Europe today and she might be able to join for 2 hours. And if so, she'll be late, just so everyone knows. You can keep an eye out to see if she if he needs to be admitted. Let's see. Message to Claire. And then we can go to
Claire, it will be on the Padlet anyway. I can put it
Okay.
tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, then no trouble. Yeah, okay. It's just because I saw it and then I couldn't see it anymore.
No.
It's only that.
Sounds familiar.
All schedules are on the Padlet, Claire.
Okay, no problem then. Yeah.
And I put it on the chat also, Kimi.
I'm sending it.
But I do have a question with what we just did on the rolled mat. Because Debbie, when you gave the instruction to make one leg active, one knee active, I think now looking at December, I realized I was not, active which way? Pushing on the foot or lowering the knee towards the foot?
The knee, probably. I mean, and it's just a little bit of pressure for the foot. It's just.
Yeah. Okay. No, that I did.
Okay.
What was that noise?
I received the.
Oh, I didn't know if the recording went off or something.
Instantaneous, right?
On to
Okay.
anatomy.
So I'm going to share my screen now. Here we go. Okay. Can everyone see this drawing?
Yes.
Okay. So this drawing shows the 6 different ways in which the scapula or shoulder blade moves. It can move straight up towards your ear, and that's called elevation. It can move straight down towards your feet. That's called depression. It can move in toward the spine, retraction, out away from the spine, protraction, and it can rotate. If it rotates in a downward direction, the joint between the arm and the scapula starts to face towards the floor. And if it rotates upward, that same joint starts to face up toward the ceiling. This upward rotation is a very important movement of the scapula that allows the arm to move upward. If I stop sharing for a moment and get my skeleton, or get a skeleton, okay, you can see the arm bone here. This is the head of the humerus, and right here is the sternoclavicular joint, and back in here is the glenoid fossa. So when you lift your arm up, if the scapula stays in this sort of neutral position, then the head of the humerus can bump up against the clavicular, scapular joint there. But if, and this skeleton can't do this because it's pinned, if you can move your scapula so this glenoid fossa starts looking upward, then the humerus can clear the clavicle and scapula. Okay, so that's why.
So is that why when people have that forward hunch posture, they can't raise their arms fully?
That's
because
part of it, yes. And it's really, yeah. I had a client once who had a rotator cuff repair, and his shoulder joint was so far forward, he was so protracted that even after this surgery, he had very limited range of motion. And we worked on trying to get his open up his shoulder, but it was only partially successful. So when the head of the humerus hits the clavicle and scapula there at the acromion, then that's called just impingement. Okay, so that is something that we'll be working on in the next few exercises. And the other thing while we're looking at anatomy that I'd like to show you is this muscle that's called the serratus anterior. This is a muscle that pulls the shoulder blade into protraction. So if it's overactive, it limits upward rotation. So one of the things that we'll do is to try to lengthen this muscle. You can see it comes down onto the lower ribs.
I don't see anything.
Oh,
There's
sorry.
Let's try that again.
Yeah, let me try sharing again.
I like looking at everyone, but
Okay. I have to open that again. There we go. Can you see it now?
yes.
Okay. Thanks for telling me, Deb. Okay. So the serratus anterior is colored in green over here, and the lower parts of the muscle make little finger-like projections that each attach to one of the ribs. And underneath that, you can see the external oblique attaching to the inside surface of the rib. It comes up through your armpit and actually forms the medial border of the axilla or armpit. And it goes over to the scapula and goes underneath the scapula, between the scapula and the ribs, all the way to the medial border, the inside border of your scapula next to your spine, and attaches there. So you can see how when it contracts, it's going to pull that medial border of the scapula away from the spine and around and forward on the ribs. So it's a very strong protractor of the scapula. And lots of times we need to work on opening that muscle and helping it to lengthen so that it's not pulling so hard in the protracting direction. Questions about that? Okay. I'm going to stop sharing there.
I do have a question.
Okay.
When you, Kimi, please, when you talk about contracting the scapula, that would be which of the movement that you first showed with the 6 movements of the...
Okay. Hold on
What
for a
do
second.
you mean exactly?
Yeah. I'll show you again here. So this is protraction, where the scapula starts going away from the spine
Yeah.
and around toward the front of the body.
Yeah.
That's the motion that the serratus anterior helps with. There are other muscles that do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. And you know, having a forward shoulder position is very common. Forward like this. We do that a lot, not open up. So we're going to do a side lying exercise next. So you can lie down again, and I think let's do our test movements again standing before you lie down. Okay. So just notice how you're standing, how much weight there is on your feet. Take a few breaths. And you can turn to the right with your palm up. You can do it at shoulder height or palm down. And you can just lift your hand up towards your head with the palm forward with the palm facing your body. And with your palm out to the side, coming up to the side towards your ear. Same on the other side, lifting your arm up with the palm facing your body, with the palm facing forward. And then again with your palm facing forward, out to the side and up. Okay, so let's lie down on your right side. You might need something for your head so that it's comfortable. Your knees and hips will be flexed, and your top ear, shoulder, hip, and feet will be aligned. So we're going to start doing an exercise that you already know, woe is me. And you're going to put the back of your hand, your top hand, on your forehead. And moving your top knee up towards your head and back. You can feel opening in the front of your shoulder. And then you can roll forward, moving your knee down and forward to keep that area relaxed. Now you can put your hand on the front of your chest. And as you roll back, slide your hand very gently out towards your shoulder joint. And then as you come back in, bring that hand back towards the middle of your body.
Claire, your hand is higher up towards the armpit.
Which hand? With
The right hand.
So the left hand is on the forehead and the right hand is on the front of your left chest, upper chest.
Yeah, like that, Claire. Yep. So when you roll back, your hand can slide a little. The
Okay,
right
so
hand.
working on the pectoral muscles and opening them up as you roll back. You don't need to press hard. You can just have complete contact of your hand and just slowly slide it across the front of your chest. And now you can lie on your back and feel how your shoulder blade that we worked on is touching the floor and how the other shoulder blade touches the floor. Is there a difference?
Claire gives a thumbs up. I mean, December gives a thumbs up.
Okay. So the next thing we'll do in this position is to work on that scapular upward rotation. So you can explore in your shoulder blade and see if you can find the superior angle of the shoulder blade. So if you start near the shoulder joint and go across the top of your shoulder blade, you'll come to a pointy angle, which is the top and side angle of your scapula. It's probably easiest to do this with your right hand. So I'd like you to put a couple of fingers on that superior angle of the scapula. And again, you're going to roll back, bringing your knee up and back. And at the same time that you do that, you're going to try to feel how that inside corner is moving. You might feel more if you put your left hand, back of your left hand on the forehead, as we did in the previous exercise. And if you don't feel very much movement of that superior angle of the scapula, see if you can very gently press it downward as you roll back. There are a couple of ways to reach this angle. Can be a little bit hard to touch. So what we did was just one of them with the opposite arm. You could try taking your left arm, reaching over your shoulder, and see if you can actually touch that upper inside corner of your shoulder. And as you roll back, lift your elbow up and see if that can move down. Remember to move your leg as well to help you move, roll back. I'm going to turn on to the other side. You don't need to do that, but I want you to be able to see better what happens with this movement. Okay, I'll line up on this side. I'll take the same side hand, put it on that inside corner, roll back, and see if I can feel that corner move down as I lift my elbow up. Okay, so you've all been doing one side. So again, lie on your back, feel your two sides. And then you can roll onto your left side and try doing the same. Motion first with your left hand, reach over your right shoulder and feel that upper inside corner of your scapula. And when you touch there, if you put any pressure on it, you may feel a little discomfort, which will tell us that it will tell you that you've been overusing the muscles there. Okay, so you're going to roll back. And as you lift your right hand up, see if you can feel that inside top corner of your shoulder blade move down. And then you can try the second way, which is to use your same side hand on that upper inside corner And as you lift your elbow and roll back, see if you can feel the inside corner moving down, which makes the actual glenohumeral joint move up. It's like a seesaw, right? Inside corner goes down, outside corner goes up. And you can lie on your back. And notice how your shoulder blades are positioned, how flat they are to the floor. You can breathe into your upper chest and see if you can be more aware of the ribs there expanding and the shoulder blades riding on the ribs. And when you're ready, you can come up to sitting. Standing. And let's do those shoulder movements that we did before, lifting up with the palm facing in, lifting up with the palm facing forward, and lifting out to the side with the palm facing forward. And the other side. Here in standing, you could reach your opposite arm across. See if you can touch that top inside corner of the scapula and feel how it's moving as you lift your arm. And palm forward, out to the side and up.
It could also be an exercise you do with someone else, having your hands on their scapulas, their shoulder blades as they do the movements.
Yep. And it is a very awkward position to try to manipulate that top inside corner yourself. So if you have someone else who can help you do it, it's helpful.
That was the hardest part for me because I'm used to being able to put my hands flat on somebody's scapula to help glide or feel what their scapulas are doing. And it was a challenge. I kept like, my arms need to be longer.
Well, yeah, and you don't need to, when you're reaching on yourself, touch the whole scapula. You can
Right.
just touch that corner. But, we all bring our shoulder blades forward in order to do that. And then we're not in a great position. Hi, Vivian.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm late.
No problem. We've
Glad
had
you
a
made
busy
it.
day, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, we're actually ready for a break.
And one more thing, actually, on that thing we just
Yeah.
did, one side moves differently than the other side for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My dominant arm, it's moving a little bit less. The left is
Oh,
freer.
interesting. I'm the
I will-
opposite. My dominant arm moves more than my non-dominant.
And I will say that, yes, I felt that a natural opening of the chest when I was and the testing on the floor. Like, it's a really, really nice feeling of having the chest open without doing nothing.
It is possible.
Yeah, yeah. So great. Yeah, and Vivian, we will get the recording. You will repeat everything.
Oh, yes, no problem. With me, there is the spine, what they call the spine of the shoulder blade, this ridge, and it's so satisfying to be able to get there and just lift the shoulder blade from there. And as I do my individual sessions with Feldenkrais, I always like to play with the shoulder blades, just put my fingers in that place, and yeah, I love shoulder blades.
Yeah, yeah. They're very useful.
Yeah,
They are.
nice to manipulate.
So the next thing that we're going to do is in sitting. So if you want to get set up for that. Okay, I think we're ready. So this exercise, we'll do it in sitting, and we're going to explore the serratus anterior a bit. You can also do this in standing or in side lying. So you're going to take your right hand and put it on the rib gate on your left side. So you're right on the ribs, and you're going to think about the path of the serratus anterior, which goes up the ribs into your armpit. The serratus anterior forms the medial boundary of the armpit. So where your fingers are pressing against your body is part of the serratus. And you can come all the way up here into your armpit and find the lateral border of your shoulder blade. And once you find that lateral border of your shoulder blade, you have to imagine that the serratus is going between the scapula and the ribs. under the scapula, all the way to the medial border of the scapula, next to your spine. And it attaches to that medial border of the scapula. So we're going to do some gentle motion using our hands along that path of the serratus anterior. And you can use path 4 by bringing your right knee forward. And you can put your left hand on top of your head and just feel that, or imagine that serratus anterior spiraling around your rib cage to the medial border of the scapula, and then all the way over to the lateral, to the lateral border of your scapula, and all the way over to the medial border. And as you move your knee forward and your torso turns, you can follow that path of the serratus anterior. Your hand can just be soft. Don't have to do any deep massage. If you find areas that are a little more tender, you could stop there and put your fingertips on it and maybe do a few circles. So keeping this serratus anterior muscle long and not letting it get shortened by always being in the forward shoulder position really helps to sort of liberate shoulder motion. Then you can bring your hands down and compare the left side that you just worked and the right side and see if there's a difference.
Much looser.
It's kind of incredible, isn't it? It is. And we probably weren't even aware that that muscle was tight. Okay, we can do the same thing on the other side. This time you'll move your left knee forward to turn to the right. You can put your hand on your top of your head. So the left hand starts at the right rib gate and spirals up to the armpit. And you can feel the lateral border of the scapula there. And imagine the serratus anterior going between the scapula and the ribs and over to the medial border next to the spine. You can follow with your hand that whole pathway till you get to the lateral border of the scapula, and then you have to imagine the rest of it. I suppose if you were working on someone, you could even move your hand over the scapula to the medial border, and you'd be on top of the scapula rather than between the scapula and the ribs, but it might still give them the idea of the total path of this muscle. So be sure to initiate the movement with your left knee turning into path 4. And you can stay around the lateral border of the scapula and do a little work there helping things to relax, helping the muscles to relax, helping the tissues to relax, not just muscles. You could actively retract and protract your scapula a bit and see how that movement feels when your fingers are on the lateral border of the scapula. Go through the whole pathway again, the whole path of that muscle. And you can bring your arms down. And again, compare the two sides.
My breathing feels better. More open.
Okay.
Sorry, I was late. I didn't hear the bell.
Oh, she's not at home.
I'm not at home. I didn't even think about that. Next week.
I guess Joseph did teach something of this kind of.
Yes.
Yeah, he went.
It has a lot of sense for me. It feels like not only trying to enhance the movement or the body, the shoulders. Is my mic okay?
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice if you were a little bit louder.
Yeah, it's because okay, but the point is not only enhance, it's also the hands give you feedback and knowledge of yourself. It's really different. It's not, you don't have to remember nothing. It's just the body. Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
The hands help communicate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Connect.
Other questions or comments?
Yeah, for me, doing explorations with the arms in which I have to reach with my hands to the shoulder blades or shoulders, and especially in rotation, it's always very complicated because this is exactly the area where I'm very stuck. It's neck, shoulder, in between the shoulder blades. Everything is really very, I don't know if stiff or short. I don't know what it is. But as doing the exploration, I realize how not connected I am with the spine. So it doesn't feel like a continuous full movement. It feels like bits and pieces and trying to reach and then where's my neck? And it's such a confusion. Yeah, so it seems to me like I would have to do this so many times to just figure out where is each part, what is each part is doing, and then feeling the connections and to
what
be.
about repeated?
Huh?
What about repeated?
Yeah, I'm planning on repeating it.
You know, Vivian, I think that it would help if you had a partner that you could work with. If
Claire?
someone else were doing the movement with you.
I'm not in Brazil.
No, but I'm leaving today, so yeah. So yeah, that could help, yeah, because it's really a struggle for me
Uh-huh.
to be able to think of the full range of the full motion and not in bits and pieces, because that's how it feels.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know if Nicolene is coming back to Amsterdam anytime soon, but she might be able to help you with that.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you and Claire wanted to get together and trade off and see.
Yeah, and I was trying to in the rotation because this movement for me, it's very unusual. I cannot even do it. Bring my especially the left ear to the left shoulder. This is how far I can go. And sometimes when I understand the path, then it goes, but I don't know what makes it go. You see what I mean? I don't know which muscle I let go or I soften or I understand a certain position of my head on top of my spine that it allows me to do. Because whenever I think of it, it just goes like, ugh.
2 weeks ago, but if the ribs could move,
Mm.
that's the same because this is like, well, so restricted.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel since I'm doing this and I've done, and that's why I did the Feldenkrais method as well. I started getting the space from the ribs, but still that part is not fully understood, or I don't seem to understand what is it that I need to do, or when I do that it goes there. It's not clear to me. So
I got us also a feeling about that, Vivian.
yeah.
I guess this part of the body, I wouldn't say just muscles. This part is really connected our nervous system, our mind. So I guess the challenge, the difficulty, and the opportunity of this shoulder working, I just feel that some really nice relaxation here. And it's not only relaxation on the muscles, it's something like don't alert mind state. And that give you a lot of broad. When you are alert, you're focused on the danger and tense.
Yeah.
When you have, so give you time and practice. See you on Wednesday. And let's develop this because
What you say is it really makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah. No, it makes sense. It has to do with also personality, I think. Wanting to have everything under control, like, and then there is something that happens to me. It's like, oh yeah, I'm in control. Nothing moves anymore.
That happens a lot with people with core on the hair.
It takes one to know one, right? Vivian, I wonder if you thought more about getting this side bending motion in your upper thoracic spine.
Yeah,
rather than doing that.
that's the subclavial muscle, that those exercise at the end of the lesson, the last session. And then suddenly I really could do this, it went much further. So it's all connected for sure. I just cannot touch it and say, oh yeah, this is what I need to do, or
right.
But the last session was a very important one for me. It was very informative. So I guess I will have to go over and over and really not paying attention so much, and Alpha, but
I have a lot of trouble with my left neck too. It's very tight. I played the flute here for many years, so this was not moving very much.
Yeah.
And what I found is that if I really visualize my spine, and think about how each vertebra of my upper thoracic spine has to tilt. That's very helpful.
Mm. That's a good image. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think when you think about the bone structure, that you get to a more fundamental area of movement than muscles.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I concentrate a lot on muscles indeed. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you know what, too, Vivian?
Yeah.
I wonder if when you get uplift, if you, when that uplift happens, if you have a little more range. Because as Kimi was just saying, it's the whole, you're not just moving the cervical, you're
Exactly.
moving everything.
Yeah, but that is also for me a question is how do I get to that alignment that it allows me to feel the whole structure moving and not just separate bits, But that's where I struggle. It takes time for me to find, oh, where does my head live? Is it here or there, or is it because I'm constantly like this. When I see photos of myself, I'm already tilted. So, but it's a nice journey. It's a nice research for me, for sure. Mm.
Yeah, that's
I
a great
think
attitude
too,
to take for it.
I think
Sorry?
too, if
Mm.
you check in sporadically, like if you're doing something and you're like,
Yeah.
where's my body in space? And you become more aware,
Yeah.
and you correct it, and then I think it becomes almost an unconscious thing. I notice it walking my dogs, like,
Mhm.
oh, I want to go a little more into pathway 2, and it's just automatic. I'm not thinking that, but I'm leaning forward or I'm uneven. What can I do to feel? I do it from a somatic point of what feels good.
Yeah. Mm. That's a good practice. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, are we ready to go on?
Mm-hmm.
So the next one, Deb is going to lead us in arm circles,
Side-lying arm circles.
sideline arm circles. That's right.
And
Deb,
yeah.
do you want me to pin you or Kimi? Kimi?
Kimmy.
Okay.
Yep, me.
I am to keep my eye on all of you.
Good luck.
Yeah. And the goal on this one is to loosen the upper body, increase the shoulder range of motion, open the ribs and armpit area. So you're going to set yourself up to lie on the right side with your head supported, hips, knees bent, and you align your ear, shoulder, hips, and feet. Everybody's all lined up. So as a test move, you're just going to have your hands out, straight elbows at 3 o'clock in front of you. One hand on top of the other. And just slide the top hand forward and back. Feel the movement of the scapula. Okay?
I'm having trouble hearing here.
Having trouble hearing? Can you hear me now?
I turned my
So,
volume up.
is that better? So your hands are going to stay in that position. Also, you're going to have a little trouble with this one. You're going to bring the top arm, say you're at, I'll say, 3 o'clock. You're going to bring the top arm back towards 9 o'clock. And just stop when it gets uncomfortable. Just see what your range of motion is. You have wall interference. There you go. Okay, so back to start. Alpha's trying to get set up here. Alpha, how about if you bring your upper body closer to the bed and not your lower body? Yeah. And now try to reach back. You can bend your elbow. Yeah. Okay. We're getting there. So back to the starting position. And just, observe the range of motion in your hips, your ribs, and your shoulders. Okay, so now the top arm, back to the starting position, you're going to have a bent elbow and your fist is going to be on the floor.
We can't hear.
Wait a minute, Kimi's, yeah, that's it, Vivian. December's got it. Yeah, that's it, Claire. Can you hear me now? I'll keep talking. Can you hear me now, Kimi?
Well, as soon as I lie down, it gets kind of faint.
Is it your earpiece?
What?
Is it your earpiece?
It might be, and I can take it out because I don't need to talk. You're doing all the talking.
Okay. Alpha, do you have a little pillow for underneath your head or a towel or something? Oh, you do have it. Okay. All right. So the top arm, the right arm, the elbow bent, you're going to place the fist on the floor and do a clockwise circle with the elbow. Slow circles. Just note how the scapula is moving. And does your rib and hip follow? When you go back, does your ribs go back a little bit into path 3? And just a note to Vivian, in these instructions, I didn't put the pathways, but just so you can connect for yourself what pathways you use when you do this. Reverse that circle, go the other direction. Also breathing, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so that's the right arm doing the movement on its own. The left arm is going to come up and support the elbow. The thumb's going to be to the inside, and the lower arm is going to bring the upper arm off the floor. That's it. So Claire, you're going to bend the right arm. Yeah, and put your other arm, let it rest at the elbow. Open your hand.
Which one?
Yeah. It rests. Can you see Kimi? See how the one hand's okay? Yeah. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to move the arm clockwise. Think of the elbow moving clockwise. So now the bottom arm is doing all the work. The top arm just gets to move more freely. So you go clockwise, a couple rotations. And also you can move your hip a little bit more when you go back. Yeah. And then reverse direction. So also in this movement, you can think of your hip moving first, then the ribs follow, and then the shoulder follows. Do you sense the knee moving down and forward, and then everything moving up and back? You can make this as small or as large as is comfortable. Okay, so that's scapular rotation. So now you're going to go back to the first position where your fist is on the floor. The which is it, the left fist? Yeah, the left fist is on the floor. This is we're going to be working in the scapula, the armpit area, not the scapula, the armpit area, and I call this the front web. The right hand is going to the right thumb is going to be on the pec, and the fingers are going to move into the armpit area. So you're going to bend, yep, bend that arm, yep. So as you move your body, just like you did before, your fingers are going to ride up into the ribs, into the armpit. So Vivienne, your fingers are inside the armpit. Yeah. And the thumb is on the top of the pec. And you move your body into your fingers so you don't wear out your fingers. So this is very similar to what we were just doing with the serratus. You move the hip. So that's the front web. Slowly move the body back and forth, paths 3 and 4. Yeah.
Where are your fingers placed? In front of the shoulder or underneath the armpit?
The thumb is in the front, and the fingers are in the armpit.
Okay.
Yeah. So the thumb is massaging the pec, and you relax the top arm. Let it rest on the floor. Yeah. So that's the front web. Now the thumb is going to move in the armpit. You're going to roll forward a little bit, and the fingers are back on the border of the scapula and that whole muscle area. And again, you're going to move your body forward and back. The top arm can move however it needs to sort of get out of the way. You could also try paths 5 and 6 as your hand is in that position. These are small moves, these are not big. Okay, and then we're going to go back to the beginning position where your arms are out straight at 3 o'clock. And you're going to retest the rotation, bring the top arm back towards 9 o'clock. And is there any difference? And then lie face up. Do a little body scan. Check out the back of your knees, your lower back, ribs, wrists, shoulders. Is there a difference from one side to the other? Any thumbs up, is there a difference or not? Yeah. And if you're not sure, there's an answer too. So we'll do the other side. You're going to line up the head, shoulder, hip, feet. You're going to slide that, your hands will be out at, I guess this is 9 o'clock now. And the top arm, the hand slides forward and back just to sense the shoulder blade, scapula. The range may feel different on this side. It also goes through the knee and the hip. Okay, so we'll make a fist with the is it the right arm? Trying to mirror. Do the elbow circles. Which could also be path 3 and 4. If it feels like the shoulder blade is not moving smoothly, you could always slow it down. And then reverse that. Reverse the circle. Breathe in, breathe out. And now we're going to have the lower arm support the upper arm and the elbow. And the lower arm will do the clockwise movement. Again, allowing your hip and knee to travel as your ribs come back. And reverse the direction. Okay, that stays still. And now we're going to go for the front web where your thumb is on the pec muscle in the front, and then your fingertips go in towards the armpit. Change hand position. And you move your body into the fingers that are on the ribs into the armpit. Again, that's path 3 and 4. Although I shouldn't be telling you pathways, I'm sure you know them. Vivienne, you can move your hips. There you go. So that's the front web. Don't forget the thumb in the front. That can just sort of glide along the muscle in the front. And then you can move your finger, the thumb to the armpit, and your fingers fan across the back of the scapula. Or on the edge, I should say. You can roll your body forward a little bit more if you need to. The arm can extend out. However you need to set yourself up to reach that back area. That's it, Alpha. You got it. And this side may feel different from the other side, the other arm. Okay, we're going to go back to the test position. Hands out at 9 o'clock on your side. Bring the top arm back. And is there a difference? You can also do the first one we did where the hand slides forward and back. Everyone looks so graceful. All right, now lie face up. And do a body scan. As you do a body scan, you check out the ribs, your breath, shoulder blades. Let your head roll side to side. See if the neck feels any different. As you breathe in, breathe out. And slowly come up to sitting. See how things feel. Any comments, questions?
Freedom, freedom.
That was sort of the quick version of that. There's one more step we didn't do, which we're going to do in the next class, but it's that whole routine, and then there's one more piece to it. And one side may feel different from the other. How is it when you take a breath? Does it feel like it's open things up?
I felt a lot more bigger movement in my ribs at the end.
Notice how if you did path 3 and 4, it helped rather than just moving your arm to get the rest of the body involved is helpful. Also, it doesn't tire your hands out.
It felt a little bit like you had the bottom arm holding the top arm and circling. It felt like a how is that called? 4 closed kinematic chain. Because
4-bar close kinematic chain.
she's on the floor was also, I mean, the upper body was circling into the shoulder cap here. Yeah.
Good connection.
Yeah, I had the same experience. I actually, when we're doing movements, rotation like this on lying on the side, I usually feel much more the shoulder that is in touch with the floor, because with my weight, whenever I reach forward, there's a huge stretch already on that the muscles around that shoulder that is contacting the floor. And that one felt amazing. The one that you rotate, the other hand rotates the shoulder. So much space came free between the shoulder blades there. It's a very nice,
Good.
nice movement, that one for me.
So after many CMI practices, especially with Kimi, am I right to say that the key point will be feel that part of the body that make changes? I mean, it seems like the key point is feeling in different ways, positions, hands, passive movement, like we did, and just feeling, not just feeling, but it's just feeling. Am I right?
Yeah, moving the space to allow that rather than, being one tight movement, we've separated it out.
In many ways. And when you separate that, the mind has another idea of that.
That's right. Yeah. 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 If feeling is the way of learning, I think we might say
Mm.
But
it's the feeling is the path we use to learn about our bodies.
So
And
it's the somatic experience, the
yeah,
sensory inputs, the cognitive part of what you're experiencing and how it feels.
yeah,
And I think the important part is that you stop in between. You do one side, you stop, you let the brain say, oh, something's different, rather than hurry up and switching. That's where it gets lost. And the body doesn't absorb that something different happened.
Also to change roles. Like now we were holding, rather than circling, we hold on the other. So you change the roles, and that gives you feedback too. It's like with the elastic or something, no?
Mm-hmm.
I went to a class yesterday where Jean-Claude Guimberteau spoke. He's a French hand surgeon who's been doing a lot of work with arthroscopic surgery and looking at how fascia moves inside the body through this the scope. And he said, of course you need to know your anatomy. You have to know where things are, but that's not the main thing that
no,
you
but
need.
it helps for having an image on the brain.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I'm studying, education and images. Any encyclopedia would say in encyclopedia thing, the books that
Mhm.
has many images and text are
But
important for catch the thing. Yeah.
But I think that's what's interesting about CMI. Yes, I think all of us have a fair to outstanding concept and understanding of anatomy. But when you work with lay people, it's that somatic part that brings it all together. I mean, you can put somebody's hands on their ribs or on their scapula, but they don't necessarily have to understand the agonists and they don't need to know all that. What they need to be aware of is how they felt at the beginning and what differences they feel now. And that's
Yeah.
what I think is great about CMI. Because yes, it does help to know the anatomy and the muscles and
yeah,
especially if they're problems.
right. But I didn't go on to say the second part that he said. You have to know your anatomy, but it's not the real way of understanding how the bodies moving.
No, yeah. That was clear for Joseph when he repeats that, and no one animal knows anatomy to move, need to know. Yeah, that's clear. Yeah.
Okay. We could have a little break, or we can go directly into the next thing. Do you have a preference there, December?
I'd like just a couple minute break. Do you want
Okay.
me to bring Debbie up?
Yeah. So let's
Okay.
have about a 5-minute break, and then we'll start with the uh, partner work that December is going to show us.
Vivian doesn't know that's what we're doing. So December's has a friend that she's going to be demonstrating a pathway. Is that what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing from the very first class, Pathway 1 and 2 in supine, using the ankles as the impetus of movement, ankles and feet.
So for us, we'll be just observing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But of course, feedback and
Sure.
also Kimmy may be directing both of us during this lesson too. I'll start out, but she can keep me from botching it.
And so a little bit on this person, she has a little bit of CMI experience.
She has taken a class from Kimi, and she also has a lot of physical issues, which I will explain when I bring her up, or several. Okay, so
Yeah, just general.
Yeah, general. Yeah, and we won't even get into the cognitive, right? All right, 5 minutes. Thank you.
Okay.
We don't have a bell, but we'll go for 5 minutes.
Okay. So I am here at my friend Debbie's house, and she has graciously allowed me to lead her through this lesson. Kimi, our instructor who you've met and taken a class from, may be giving both of us directions while I'm leading. So just a little bit about Deb. She is a glass blower, so she has some repetitive stress issues going on in her hands and wrists and up to the elbows.
Oh, it's shoulder right now.
And shoulders.
I was at the acupuncture.
She also has a knee that has a bone chip, which when she gets up after being sitting for a while, she does what many of us do, kind of limps until everything gets moving again.
Technically, it's the big bone in the hip pocket that makes that happen.
The femur.
Because I had that tear that didn't heal, so it slid the bone off to the side. So this has created a point where it's grown, and this is worn away. So when I get up, I've got to move the bone to get in to make it. It takes a while.
So it sounds like a bone spur and out of alignment. So yay, that feels good. Okay, so what we're going to do is a very basic lesson with Pathways 1 and 2. You're going to be on the floor. I'm going to give you some verbal directions, but there's also a point of which I'm going to have my hands or a hand on your lower abdomen.
Should I put a regular shirt on and take this off?
That's fine. You're comfortable. Okay. So we're going to have you lie down.
Tell me your back.
Back. Lie on your back, please. There. You got her, Kim? All right. I am also going to spotlight us so
Good.
that people can see us.
Good.
Okay. So I have a couple of notes because I know I'm going to freeze, but so First, Debbie, if you can, do you need a roll for under your legs? Because we're going to have your legs out straight. And would you like something under your head?
Maybe my head, but my legs are fine.
Okay, so we have a little towel or we have something a little bigger.
I can tell.
Okay.
Yep, I'm good.
And then can you bring your arms down by your side?
I can.
Okay, so we're going to start. Just lay there for a second and kind of sense what's going on in your body. How are you in contact with the floor? How are your heels, your calves? Are you aware of a space behind your knees? How are your legs lying? Which direction are your toes pointing, your feet pointing? And then what about your buttocks? Is the weight evenly distributed? And is there a space underneath your back? And then moving up towards your upper back. Do you feel contact with the back of your rib cage or your shoulder blades? And your head. And then just take a second to notice your breathing. And is there any associated movement with your breath?
No.
So, what I'd like you to do first is put your hands on your hip bones, the part that sticks out in front, and kind of grab them. Like maybe you want to put so the bony prominence is where you kind of want to rest this part of your hand. Okay? And so if you go from that and you just slide your hands diagonally, you'll come across to your pubic bone, okay? And you feel that pubic bone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you just kind of rest them there. And then also, just kind of slide your hands up with your fingers kind of pointing towards, keep down, and put them on your lower abdomen. And these are the three main places that we're going to be working from, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, go ahead, and what we're going to do first, and you can keep your arms on the floor for this to begin, till we kind of get this movement. You're going to flex your ankles, bringing your toes down towards the floor, and then bring them back up towards your head. And just do that a couple of times in each direction, 2 or 3 times. And it doesn't have to be a big movement. It's whatever is comfortable for you. This is the movement that we're going to be making throughout this lesson.
Okay.
So now what I'd like you to do is bring your hands to your pubic bone again, the top of your pubic bone. And you can rest them. Do you want anything under your arms to help support them while we're doing this, or are you okay?
We'll see.
Okay. So put your hands on your pubic bone, and can you find the top where there's that little indentation?
Mm-hmm.
So I want you just to rest your hands, keep your fingertips there, and make that movement, flexing your feet down towards the floor and then bringing them up towards your head. And you're just going to keep doing that. And what about your breath while you're doing that? Are you holding your breath?
No.
So we're going to play with the breath a little bit while you do that. So the next time your feet go down, I want you to breathe in and then breathe out when they come back up.
Do you want it mouth or no?
Whatever is comfortable for you, through your nose, through your mouth. And just keep doing that. You're exhaling as your feet come up and inhaling as your feet come down. And do that 2 or 3 more times. And while you're doing that, do you notice any movement in your pubic bone?
No.
No movement, okay? And then just take a break, put your arms down by your side, and rest for a second. So I want to try something, Kimi.
Okay.
Bend your knees so your feet are flat on the floor. And put your hands back on your pubic bone. Okay. And try, hold on a second, we gotta feel this. Push with your feet so your pelvis is tilting back towards your head. Okay. And don't hold your breath, and then rock your pelvis down. And do that a couple of times.
When would you like me to breathe in? On which
Right
motion?
now, you can play with it. See what feels comfortable for you. Do you feel your pelvis moving?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you can let that go and bring your legs back down. And let me know if at any point you want anything to support your body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, let's try this by putting your hands on your hip bones. And just rest them there. And then we're going to repeat the same movement. You take your feet down towards the floor and you bring them up towards your head. And do you feel any movement while you do this? In your pelvis. You feel where your hands are resting on your hip bones, that there's movement.
No, I think I have too much flesh.
There's a little, I can feel a little bit.
I mean, yeah, I can feel muscles moving, but I don't feel the bones. When you say the pelvic bone, I do not feel my bone moving. Muscles around it, sure.
So
stuff
when
like that.
you,
But the bone, when you say the bone, I don't feel the bone moving. Like the pelvis bone, I don't feel, but stuff around it.
but when your
Yes.
knees were up, you felt that
Not
clearly.
the bone. I felt muscle. I mean, a little movement in the bone, but not. I mean, when I think of, maybe it's my concept of the bone, but like I don't understand.
So it's
I understand the process.
It's a girdle. It's a pelvic girdle.
Mhm.
It's your hip bones, your pelvis,
Mhm.
where your hips connect. Okay. So let's bring one leg up. All right, and push with that heel back. So you feel that rocking back, right?
The reason why I feel the rocking back is because the rock back, the whole thing's moving. I mean,
Right. That's.
But when you have me just moving my feet, that is not for me transferring up my leg to have this move.
All right. So Kimi, what would you suggest at this point?
You could, December,
Mm-hmm.
have Debbie put her legs down again and move her ankles, and you put your hands on her ASIS or on her pubic bone and see what you feel.
Yeah, it's hard to get in there with
So-
everything going on. Just saying. Sorry.
So move your ankles. And I can definitely feel the pelvis rocking. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I can feel it though.
Well, I'm happy for you. I cannot.
Here,
I am so body unaware. I cannot.
put your hand on top of my hand.
You think that's going to help?
All right, now just push down. Can you feel that little rocking movement?
It feels like you're making it happen. Stop moving with me.
Well, but you know, moving with you can sometimes help your body
Understand?
be aware of the.
Okay. All right. Because I wasn't. But yes, with your hand, I can feel it.
So it's a tiny movement, and maybe that's part of the trouble discerning it.
True.
But now I totally feel your whole pelvis rocking.
I'm happy for you.
And I also see it
Okay.
traveling up your spine to your head.
I can feel that.
So you do feel that.
Mhm.
So that's connected movement. That's great. And just lie down for a second.
Get rid of my head. Oh, yeah.
And see, this is actually very good because, of course, in my mind, I had like everything planned, but this is real life. This is a client
That has issues.
who has issues, and
that
Right.
hasn't been in class before.
so
Yes.
how can I help her to get some of that loosening, to feel that whole body connection?
True. Because when somebody is as unaware as I am, so it's a teaching moment for you. I'm so happy I'm here for it.
And see, I also think for her that actually in standing, it might be easier for her to feel that movement. I could be
Okay.
wrong.
Okay, try it.
All right. So, but before you get up,
Mhm.
just check back in with your body. I'm going to put my hand on your lower abdomen. And I'm going to put my hand on your rib cage.
I don't think standing is going to make it better this summer.
And so, do you feel any difference in the way you're in contact with the floor or the way your legs and feet are? Do you feel any difference in your breathing? Because I see a difference in your breathing. I've got more movement than I did before.
So-
I don't have very much lateral movement through the ribs at all.
Yeah, right. December, I think you have two options. One is to get her in standing, as you suggested. The other would be to actually put your hands on her ASISs and very gently move her a little bit more.
We're going to try that, all right? We'll just see.
Okay. So you're going to move, Debbie, you're going to move your ankles down and then up.
And you let me know if I hurt you, okay?
Okay. Now, December, try to make your hands very soft and not. That's it.
Hard.
That's better.
It's
This is so
hard
much
because
fun.
she has on her tights, our compression tights, so they're really slick.
Do you want me to take that? I could change. I'm happy to change my wardrobe for the
All right,
class.
so let's try this. So down and up, down and up.
Right. And make sure that you're doing the movement too, December. There you go. How does that feel, Debbie?
Interesting.
Does it feel different?
Yes.
Is it painful in any way?
No, but it feels like you're making the motion happen.
I'm helping it. Okay.
Well, that's a nice term.
So down and up.
There you go.
Down and up. Down.
I mean, I'm not trying to be troublesome.
I did know what I was getting myself into, and it's fine. So now, if I don't help make the movement, do you feel it? Because I see a little more through the lower back.
Mhm.
A little more movement. Not much. And
That's
then when I
fine.
put my hands on, I can really facilitate.
Hey, Debbie,
Yes.
why don't you put one hand on your lower ribs? Or yeah, or you can put both hands on. And December, keep doing the same thing.
Okay. So toes down and up. Down. I got to go under that. And up.
There you go.
Down.
You're doing a good job moving your body to December.
Down and up.
And what do you feel under your hands, Debbie?
Well, I feel some movement,
Mhm.
but I don't know how to describe it. I mean, it feels like long, short.
Oh, good. That's a great way to describe it. Okay,
Maybe
and
try
now,
with
Debbie, if you moved your hands back to the pelvic bones there, or the pubic bone, either way, and you did the movement again, what would happen?
See, now I don't know if am I feeling emotion because we've all created the sensation of the motion, or is there actually emotion?
there's movement.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm not really body aware, as we all know, or we are knowing now.
Okay,
And I can, I mean, I understand it now, but I'm wondering,
Just stop and rest.
the mechanics of when you're doing it, I feel it, but I don't know if it's because it's so much going on with your, but I don't know if now has the brain.
It's a new pathway, so
I would love to be so aware that I could say, oh, I actually feel it. Feel.
So try this. Give me.
I can't. This is as far as I can go.
Okay. So if I go into pathway 1, I'm lengthening my front.
Mm-hmm.
And if I go into pathway 2, I'm lengthening my back.
Yeah,
So
I just feel it shortening.
Right. It's a lengthening your back is what we commonly refer to as like flexion, but it's really not because the back of your spine is lengthening. But can you feel that difference in the movement? So lengthening, front lengthening, back lengthening.
Yeah, I can feel it on you.
Okay, so maybe you should put a hand on your pubic bone and a hand like on your, and then take your feet down and up and down and up and breathe. Don't hold your breath.
I'm not holding my breath.
can you breathe with the movement, Debbie? So breathe in as your feet go down, breathe out as your feet come up.
And do you feel, if I take my hands away, do you feel any movement? Do you feel any lengthening, any, your hands moving farther apart or coming together? And you know, some people just the laying on of hands, the sensing hands are not enough. I know sometimes I actually will use my hands to help make the movement until it becomes clear, and then I don't have to do that. So I don't know if something like that would help you.
Okay.
I can feel my ribs, that's for sure.
Okay.
But the vision of me thinking all I'm feeling is up and down.
So let's try.
I'm not feeling lengthening and shortening.
Let's try it standing, because then you have gravity to help you a little bit more.
Or even in sitting.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Sure.
Wouldn't it be an idea to offer resistance to Debbie's feet?
So, like if it was a wall, she was pushing
Yeah,
to from a wall.
that's,
Do you want
so
to try
it's a
that?
it's a
I
little
don't
bit
know.
of resistance.
So, put those feet out. Okay, so push against my hands, down. Wait. And then back. Down. And breathe in when you push down. And out when you come back.
That's the magic trick.
So against a wall for her to
Mhm.
start might be good. Thank you, Claire. That was awesome.
Yeah, because now I can, yeah, it's like a, yeah.
Push. That's what's connecting it for her is that feedback.
Right. Good.
Okay.
And maybe your idea of doing it in standing would have provided the same resistance.
Right.
Owie, something's not right today. Doesn't matter. Okay.
What? What did
No,
you say, Debbie?
something's, I mean, I've had a issue and it's just a little bit flary right now. But I'm
So
good.
your lower back above your pelvis.
No, right there.
Oh. Right in the old. I wonder if it's a nerve.
No, it's just what it's tight.
Oh, it is tight.
Everything's super tight. Okay, so with me, I'll need the pressure, and that's
Mhm.
good to understand that. So I could technically be I could use a ball against the wall because then I'd push into the ball and back.
Because that would give you a little
Yeah, okay. All right.
feedback.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just try that and see if that works. You'll probably have to scoot a little closer.
Because you're not always going to be here.
I'm always a phone call or a Zoom call away.
Hold on.
So
And when you do that, Debbie, does that make that spot in your back
Less.
less or more?
When I
What'd you
push
say?
down, less. Yeah, less.
and remember, inhale when you push down and exhale when you come up. Because I feel
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's something about the contact of that. It triggers something all the way up. Maybe I needed that.
Mhm.
so maybe some of the things that Debbie's had going on because they're chronic, perhaps there's a disconnect in that connection, and she needs a little more input, tactile
Mhm.
input to reconnect that.
Right. So the other one other thing that I noticed is she has very small range of dorsiflexion.
Small range of everything.
Dorsiflexion is
Just
coming.
just not
Well,
that. Just
your
not
plantar flexion is fine.
So
this.
it's that, yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Well,
Yeah.
how far should I go?
Well, I mean, it's a limited thing because it's connected, but
Yeah.
and this is the thing, you need to keep it within your own range. It doesn't
Right.
matter what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you come up and all you can go is neutral, then that's okay. If you can go a little past that, it shouldn't hurt. It shouldn't cause any kind of pain or pulling or tightness. So part of it is you have to find your range of comfort.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I mention it only because she has a limited range.
So
The amount of movement that we're going to feel in the pelvis is going to be less.
Okay.
can we just try? Do we have enough time to just try a couple minutes of standing to see if that makes
Sure.
it a little clearer?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, stop getting up so easy.
So you can see how all these issues come together to affect her mobility.
Mhm.
What?
We're laughing at you going like that.
I like my mobility is nothing anymore. Oh, hold on. This is it. Owie, 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 owie. Okay, here we go. I'm off
Okay.
now.
So, what I would like, can you see her feet, Kimmy?
Just barely.
Go back. There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
So, what we're going to do is essentially what I want you to do now, and you can hold on to me. Okay. Just kind of rock on your feet.
Do you think like that's
It's going to keep you from falling.
Yeah.
How about if I put my
No,
hands
I'm
on
fine. What do you want me to do?
That's it.
I'm pretty like I'm
So you're rocking forward and breathing in and out and back. Now, put your hands on your hip bones, and as you do that, do you feel any kind of movement? Or play with it, maybe one hand on a hip and one hand on your pubic bone. And let those heels lift a little bit if you can.
I mean, how
Just a
much do
little.
you want?
What I want, give me your hand.
Whatever's comfortable.
One thing I have been doing is I can do this.
Give me your hand. Okay. So when I go forward,
You're actually tilting.
right. But the movement is not coming from my pelvis. It's coming from rocking. So maybe you don't have to go that high on your heels. Just lift a little bit. And then put your hand on your pubic bone or your hip. And do you feel movement? I'm going to come and put my hands on you too. So
No, I like it down, pushing on the ball better.
it's funny, but I don't feel
Anything,
a
nothing,
lot.
nothing.
She's holding her pelvis still
Nothing.
and just rocking.
How about sitting?
I don't really want it.
Okay,
No, I can't.
Okay.
Where?
but right here.
Okay. I don't know if sitting's gonna work.
We'll try it.
Okay, fine.
We don't either.
We don't either. This is why you're getting a good lesson.
8-star treatment.
So we do want your knees to be below your hips a little higher. You may have to play with that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So should I have her do both knees or one knee at a time?
But one knee at it.
So what I'd like you to do is bring one knee forward. But while you're doing it, I want you to have your hands on one hand on your hip and one hand on your pubic bone. So actually, before we do that with the knees, can you just actually rock your pelvis so you get that movement?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now bring one knee forward and then back. Let's not do that hip since this is the hip. Let's try the other one.
Oh, you think that's gonna be better? I mean, come on.
So
Talk about stuck.
So
No.
just, and slow. It doesn't have to be big. I want you to really try to feel that movement.
I'm trying to feel the movement.
And what do you feel on your pubic bone when you're bringing that one knee forward?
Absolutely nothing. But thank you for asking.
So let's bring the knee back
I mean, I would love.
and then forward. And maybe more, instead of letting it go, a sliding motion.
I believe in my mind
that.
I'm sliding.
Because now you are. Soft movement. So I see her whole pelvis rotating.
But again, I feel that rotating, but I don't. Again, it's the issue of the pelvic bone, not feeling
The pubic bone.
not feeling bone do anything.
So
Again,
go ahead.
I mean, I understand that I'm moving. I can feel that, but when you say the bone just feels like I'm there.
So you know that the pubic bone is where the pelvis comes together and there's that little gel disc in the middle. So you can actually, that's what gives you the differentiation of your pelvis, right?
Okay. Thank you for explaining now.
And Deb, what were you about to say?
I think December again, if you offer resistance to that knee coming forward, she will have to push against.
Let's also bring your feet out so that they're actually under your knees. And let's try this knee and push.
One knee.
Yeah. And breathe out and in. And it can be a tiny movement. It doesn't, like right there.
I need the big movement so that when I do the tiny movement, I don't feel it.
Okay.
I need the.
So then think about
I'm thinking
flow,
about flow.
Smooth.
I'm thinking about it.
There you go.
I mean, I can
You
feel.
just had that.
I can feel the rock. I feel that, but again.
So let it slide back. There you go.
So Debbie, how does it feel to you? Not whether you feel the movement or not, but does doing this movement feel good, bad, or indifferent?
It feels fine.
It feels
So
fine.
not indifferent, not great.
Neutral.
Yeah, neutral, but not indifferent.
Okay.
It's not painful. It's interesting.
It's interesting, so that's good.
Okay.
I can feel the rock. I mean, what you're saying. I mean, I think it's the terminology for me.
Okay.
You know, the motion I can feel, the movement of that, but my thing when I think of bone, it's the thing. That's what.
When you think of bone, you think of something immovable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think of that's that thing. So I'm like, well, here's this bone. How is that moving actually?
So then, as Kimi describes the ribs, she calls them a basket instead of a cage. Because when you say cage, you're thinking locked in. So maybe you can think, and Kimi has used this. Stop for a second.
I'm getting the motion.
So let's.
Ow!
Sorry.
That's my toe.
I'm sorry. Try thinking of your pelvis as a bowl. Okay?
Yeah.
And tilt forward. Tilt your pelvis forward. And the water would run out the front. And tilt your pelvis back. Sloshes to the back.
Yeah, this motion I do every morning. I don't have a problem with this motion. Because this is me tilting. This isn't a problem.
Don't think of your pelvis when I'm talking as bones. Think of it as the bowl. And maybe
for that terminology would be better than I feel
bone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel the bone, but the bone isn't moving. Around everything is moving.
So now try that with your knees. Just rest.
Okay, I think we should stop soon, but
No, I just have a headache, but I'm fine. I'm ready. What do you want now?
One more, 2 or 3 more with the knee, pushing forward. That looks good. And that's a nice back. And adding your breath so that you're inhaling when you push. And try leading with your knee.
In my mind, I am leading with the knee.
Okay.
What am I leading?
That's good.
No.
That's good.
But what am I leading with?
Now I feel the knee moving first instead of seeing the pelvis. And then just stop and let it go and relax.
Wait, there's this one.
You want to do this one? Let it glide. There you go. And just straight back, not up. You don't have to hike it.
Not trying, but it wants to go that way.
So then stop right before you feel it go up. Push against my hand. Bring it forward.
That's as far as it's
There
going.
you go. And then just let it go and relax. Now,
Yes.
does anything feel different than when you started? Is there tightness in different places? Where it was tight, does it feel a little looser? Do you have a better idea of that pelvic bowl, how big it is, how wide it is? And it's okay if you don't. Do you notice any difference at all? And I should have had her do the test moves.
That was a big expectation. No.
It's okay.
I mean, I will say my back hurts a little bit less right now.
Okay, that's good.
But
That's a little less.
other than that, I mean, I think I would be aware of it now if I did it again.
So, and that's part of repetition, is part of CMI. It's part of anything.
And I think I have a better understanding now of the whole, not particular bone.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So if I worked with her again, I would not use bone.
Thank you.
I would probably do some stuff in standing to start, because she'll have that feedback from the floor. If I put her on the floor, I'd put her against a wall.
Okay.
That's
She does pretty well in sitting here, I think.
Yeah, I'm okay with sitting.
okay.
Yeah. You know, the thing about bone, we think of bones as being hard, right?
True.
But when they're in the body and alive, they are not hard. I had a surgeon say in a lecture, they're almost soupy. So they have a great ability to move.
Cool.
And also, there's a space in every joint. The bones are not directly against each other. There's a space there. So that makes them able to move more. So I think
terminology is better than others. For me, I'm so literal that I'm truly trying to focus on understanding something that isn't, without knowing the concept of the bowl and all of that. So you're dealing with somebody who's that, which will not come in contact with most people, be a little bit more aware.
No, I think a lot of people, unless you have somatic background, probably think like you think. Bones are hard. They're immovable objects. They hold us up. And what we're really learning, it's the whole fascia network is probably just a big a part of being supported in upright or dynamic movement than your bones, and your bones are surrounded. So maybe your bones just kind of flow with it.
Right. So I'm thinking if you come to teach someone who is like me, maybe instead of saying, put your hands on the pelvic bone, do you feel motion in the area? Because I was trying to focus on that bone moving. There was little bits of motion everywhere else. I understand what you were saying. You were seeing the bone as a whole move.
Right.
I'm thinking of just that one
That
bone.
one piece of the bone. Yeah.
My thing.
I see. Yeah, that's helpful for you to explain that. I think it's helpful for all of us to realize how.
So aware of the motion and all that, and you see those small increments where I'm focusing on, well, what does that bone? I feel motion around it, but I'm still too hyper aware of it. So it might be a different, just a little phrasing difference.
Yeah.
That's good to know. And most of us are, like, they're Feldenkrais practitioners, they're dancers, there's massage therapists, there's PTs, there's OTs. So,
That's your vernacular.
but plus we have years of experience in this. So we're kind of used to it. But Kimi is very good about that, and Deb is very good about making it understandable.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a question for Debbie. What were you looking for, Debbie, to improve or to discover or to sense? What was the first thing that made you curious about coming today for the session?
I had no idea.
Oh, okay.
Deborah didn't really tell me. She just said she's going to work on me. I was totally unprepared. So I didn't really know. I came in blind. I mean, I have very small understanding of Feldenkrais from years ago and one class with Kimi, but no. I mean, I know that I am allowing my body to become super stiff, which is something I have to work on. So I was happy to be able to come to class. But I didn't know what you were going to do. I had nothing. I knew nothing. So my expectations were just happy to be here.
Right.
So I basically told her that she would be lying down.
I don't even think you said that.
I did. I sent
Okay.
you a
Text?
a
That
text
I lying down?
message that you totally forgot. Yeah, I said, you're going to be lying down on the floor. You probably want a towel or a small pillow for your head and maybe something to support your arms, because I know if she's in a supine position for long, she has the possibility to start getting numbness. So she prefers to be supported. And I said, I'm going to give you some directions. I'm going to have my hands on you. Kimi is going to direct us both.
But as far as the actual, what the actual
I didn't tell her,
no.
what the path
That's okay.
until she came into this room.
So then, therefore, it's look how I progressed so quickly. Well done, you. And great suggestions.
The great,
Yeah.
so we appreciate it.
Yeah, so I guess I'll be out now.
So, and this will be good.
Well,
I can practice
I'm
on
going to ask Debbie another question. So, what we take home from this?
I will take home that one area can be loosened with small effort and small movement, but with practice determination.
Okay, good. And do you know which movements you're going to do?
I would probably I do a nighttime routine, so I think I would do the one where my feet are against the ball, and I would do the forward back, probably not my pelvic bone, but I would concentrate more on my hip bones.
Okay.
So,
And what about the sitting exercise that you just did here?
I've never really liked the sliding. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could, but I think if I really wasn't super concentrated and focused, I'd be sliding too much and moving my hips up, and it'd be more of a wiggle than a slide. So I don't know, just me, I don't know if that's one that I would be patient enough, which I should, to practice. But I get what you're saying. I mean, it is a small enough thing that I could do.
And so maybe that's something we could practice together.
Yeah.
And
I mentioned it because I thought that you were doing a very good job of doing it.
Ah, well, thank you. The slide is, if I concentrate to not lift up. But it's a fluid movement, but it's also a movement that I kind of, when I'm working, I'm always sliding forward on this leg to then get up and go. So it's kind of a slide motion I'm pretty used to.
But if it makes you feel better, I've been called out for hip hiking thanks to Miss. So it's a natural thing, and but that was partially because the movement wasn't totally clear to me, and so you can play around with this and not hurt yourself. And so when you do it at night with your feet against the wall, I would say don't worry about the pelvic bowl. What I'd like you to be aware of is where and if you feel movement. That's it to start with. That's it.
That's too open.
No, it's not.
Because if I feel movement, I might be creating a bigger movement to feel the movement.
No.
Rather than to focus on the small movement.
It's
because
not
if I'm going to do the
creating.
movement, I'm going to be like, I'm getting the movement in here on the wall and everything's working with it. Yeah. No.
Well, if you do what you're just doing, it's great.
It's not creating, it's awareness.
Okay,
Like you're
okay.
doing it and you're like, oh, hey, I feel my head wanting to, when my feet go down, I feel my chin wanting to go up. When they come back, I feel it wanting to tuck or not. Just,
Okay.
You don't even have to give it a name. Just where do you feel? What are you feeling? Does it feel good?
Okay, that's a better definition.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Making you work for the definition.
She makes me work
today.
for everything. That's why she's
Yeah.
Yes, I am number 2. I'm not number 1. No, I mean, I understand that now because now you're saying be aware of other parts of the body that might then come into play.
while
Better for
you're
me.
while you're initiating this movement from your ankles and your feet.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, good.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Well, thanks for coming.
It's worthwhile.
Thank you.
All right, I'll see you
I'll
guys.
see you. Okay, let me unspotlight myself. Told you.
Bravo, December. That was a tough one.
And I knew it would be tough. Fair disclosure, I told Kimmy this. But I think it was good because it made me try to meet her where the difficulties were. And I am never too proud to ask for help when I was like, all right, I'm all out. Kimmy, come in and help me. But, as a therapist, you do get people like that.
Yes,
That
you do.
nothing works, nothing feels good, and you really have to dig and just break it down into the smallest possible. But
Yeah.
it was interesting, her vernacular versus our vernacular. Because, right, to us, everything is super clear, right? When I'm talking about your pelvis, your hip bone, your pubic bone, we all know what that means. But that was interesting to hear her say that when you tell me to focus on my pubic bone, that occludes noticing movement anywhere else. To me, that was very interesting.
I thought it was really interesting at the end when she did this kind of movement.
Moving.
She's done 3 and 4, right?
Yeah, she was. So I'll probably practice with her a few times.
Yeah.
Just for me, and for her to give her. But once again, this is years. It's like your person. I mean, years of this, and if it could free her up just a little bit, that would make me happy.
Any other comments?
Thank you, December, for this, for bring your friend and share this. Thank you so much, and thank you also. So you pick a difficult one, but and I'm surprised about how a body, in this case, a live and real person, but how a body needs concepts. And I guess I'm taking notes, and I guess we need to work on that.
Can you give us an example?
Yeah, she needs to know where to put her awareness, for instance. And also she wanted to understand some somatic concepts that we work on. Not only the position, you was clear December, you will be doing this, that's a body concept, or but she wanted to understand what to do with his body. And if we see this in other point of view, I mean, human rights, she needs the right information about her body because it's her body. So that means shift the authority or power. I don't know how to explain that very well in English, but the authority, if we can give that concept, the authority goes to her.
Mm-hmm.
So taking notes.
And
Can
Claire,
write them off.
thank you for the feedback, because that is, and if you think about that, I guess if you have that disconnect, you really need some kind of external feedback
But
versus
it's also coming back to what Alfred just said, because there was a lot of resistance in the mind. So I think if you offer resistance in the body,
Uh-huh.
then it's to neutralize the situation.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
the mind is inside the body. So
Yeah. But she was in her mind.
yes. I love that. That was really good. Another way to think about it. Maybe having that resistance, because she's a very cerebral. She designs. She's building a house right now. She's an artist. She's got major projects going on. So she is very involved in thinking and in understanding.
and there's a lot of people like that, and that's um, uh, we have oral culture and also writing culture. What I mean is, if we can prepare some kind of guide, writing guide with key concepts, so she can read something simple, but she can be aware or prepare of what, and not having that confusion of, of, of doing something.
One of the things, I know we're a little over, but one of the things I found interesting was when I put her hands on my body, making it, for a majority or a decent sized proportion of people, that would help make the movement clear, right? But I did not get that impression, like that she couldn't transfer it. She could feel it on me, but she couldn't transfer that movement to herself. And I was like, that was a learning point for me.
But I don't think she wanted to anyway.
She, she's very, and I think we see this with people that physically are stuck somewhere. That is their function, right? And who knows what's going to happen if we make them better, because they haven't been better for a long time, right? So you have that resistance that, you know, I'm fine. Like you saw how she got up and down, she compensates, right? And she's been doing that so long that I don't know what would happen to her. Like you'd really get that mind blown thing if you could take away half of the issues.
Yeah. But she also said that she knew that she had to loosen up. I've forgotten the term that she said, that she's aware of that. But
Yeah.
I don't know if that's strong enough yet for her to actually do something about it.
Well, she's been trying for like several years. I mean, she's a biohacker. Okay. She's got the time and the finances to pursue
Uh-huh.
being the best she can be. Like when I had a question about I had to start doing protein, I'm like, I'm not going to research all this. I'm going to go to my friend Deb, who's already done that.
Cool.
So she does try. She is invested because we're both childless. She does have siblings, but neither of them are going to take care of her. So she wants to age healthy, right?
Uh-huh.
So maybe what I need to do is like once a week, like do a Zoom with her for 20 minutes and you know, a couple times a month come over and do hands-on, and maybe that would help her. I don't know.
And what about focus? I don't know. This is a question. Focus on what you say,
I am
December,
frozen.
20 minutes every week about just, that's my question, just path 1 and 2. What will you think?
She's
Thanks.
frozen.
Yeah, but my question also is for Kimi and you, Deb.
It seems to me that she's a natural at 3 and 4. That
I would have worked differently with her. To start with, it's like you have to get something that grabs their attention, something that relieves them sort of not right away, but it's like they felt a difference and then they would be more willing to listen.
Mhm.
Um,
So what would you have started with, Debbie?
Sometimes like what she does really, she sits, I think, what does she do? She's a glass blower, but I'd find a position that they could be somewhat out of gravity or sit, and just have her sit in a chair with no padding, and then start putting the padding to elevate her hips. And then that gets their attention, like, oh, that feels better. Oh, so at least the position of sitting gets their attention. And then I start to ask them to just do some movement. And sometimes they're not aware that their ribs move. You know, it's just getting an awareness, but it's like I start really basic.
Great.
And then I get their attention, and then then they will listen. Or if it's some kind of standing thing. But it's like I had to do this one little piece to say so they know that change can happen. Because they're hurting and they're just like, can you just fix this for me? Yesterday.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I go at it.
Good. It's good advice. Thank you.
Great, Deb. Feeling the difference, just sitting.
Yeah. So we should wrap it up.
Yeah. Let's see. We'll have a practice class on Wednesday as usual. So bring your ideas, what you want to practice. And I'll make PDFs of those 2 exercise instructions that Deb has. One of them, she did make it into a PDF. I'll make the other into a PDF and send them to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will put it on the Padlet, Kimi. Just give it to me and I spread it.
Okay, I don't need to send it out. You're saying you'll just put it on the Padlet?
I will do that. There's not many emails and that stuff. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
For today.
Thank you.
See you.
I'm glad you made it, Vivian.
Yeah, me too.
So where are you right now?
In Brazil, but I'm traveling in 15 minutes. I'm going to the airport.
Okay.
Oh my.
Good.
Good luck. Good travel.
Okay.
Safe travels.
Yeah.
Good weekend for you too. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.